A person like yourself who has had COVID-19 and recovered now possesses antibodies for COVID-19. Does that mean then that you are immune to COVID-19? And if so, how long does that immunity last?
The general principle is that immunity to a variety of infectious agents persists for a significant period of time. It'll vary on various pathogens, et cetera, but normally when we sit down and look at rhinoviruses and coronaviruses, common cold pathogens, that we consider ourselves protected for our life. The reason why you get recurrent colds is that there are 150 different types of coronavirus. There's 4 major groups, but there's little subgroups in that, and each one requires a specific immune response. So as a consequence, there's 150, probably 250 rhinoviruses, so you literally could get a cold, 5 colds a year for 80 years and not hit all 400 of them. So just because you have immunity to one doesn't mean you'll have immunity to the other. But in general, when I sit down there and look at somebody with a possible infectious disease, Epstein-Barr virus is a classic example. If you look at an adult population and look for evidence of immunity to Epstein-Barr virus, the cause of infectious mononucleosis, 70% of adults have had it. Now, most of those adults don't remember having it. A lot of people get this virus when they're 4, 5, and 6 years of age and have no symptoms at all. But yet when we look at people 30s, 40s, and 50s, they still have immunity to it. I could sit down there and mention a number of pathogens in which we see persistent immunity over a long period of time. In some instances, immunity will wane over time, over a period of 10, 15, or 20 years. But short-term immunity, people getting sick who have normal immune systems and developing, it takes 6 to 8 weeks just to develop the immune response. And it usually peaks and then it persists. There's things about the immune system that are outside the scope of this presentation that really allow for long-term immunity and has to do with antibody switching, et cetera. But once that occurs, that resistance is ingrained in your immune system. And you remember those infections you've had for the rest of your life.